You know, that is the most noticed theme song, is it not?
It's got it.
For Canadians?
Okay, hold on a sec. Let's do an or right off the bat.
Sure.
Okay. The CBC, well, I guess now TSN Hockey Night in Canada theme song.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
NBA Finals.
Ooh, I see what you mean.
Right.
No, I'm gonna go with CBC.
Right? Like
That won an Emmy, I think, or something.
I mean, it would. You know who
did that?
Tosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tosh.
Yeah, the
I couldn't
Tosh.
believe it.
I know.
It's crazy.
I gotta go with the CBC still.
Really?
Yeah, well, because it's played like a gabillion times in our heads, right? Like,
Okay, so you go with CBC.
Sure.
CBC TSN. Now, TSN's
yeah.
got it, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so now, let's one up it. The TSN,
Yeah.
again, standing champion as we go, or
Right.
the NFL.
Oh, no, CBC. Don't get me wrong, the NFL's, to be honest, no, it's not as good. It's not as good.
It's good, but you're right, it's not great.
No.
Okay, so it's determined.
It's determined.
It's a
There
champion.
it is. That was a quick little bracket.
Yeah, and
Bracket challenge.
Why were we singing? Why did we have a little hockey flavor to start it off?
Yeah.
Well, because it's what episode is it, Mitch?
99.
The great one.
The greatest podcast.
We already know it.
We already know it is.
Yeah, it's number 99.
Can you imagine? Do you believe that we've done this? Me and you have committed with Jeff as well. Actually, Jeff, you know what? You
All of
deserve
us.
a lot of accolade
Yeah.
here. 99 straight episodes.
It's unbelievable.
That is nuts.
I think we've done more podcasts than
Yeah.
we've put work in the year.
Oh, I 100% can attest to that. That
Here's
is
a
true.
funny little stat.
Go ahead.
A little adversity stat. I know I usually get into them later, but I'm going to get into them now.
Do it.
So one of their posts, do you know that the average millennial only works, or sorry, I should say an average millennial only has 3 productive hours in a workday. So that means on an average 8-hour workday, 3 hours is production and the other 5 is filler.
That many?
Yeah.
Wow, I do the work of like 3 millennials.
Oh, easily.
You know?
Easily.
Like,
Jeff, your wisdom alone, we know.
I can, crazy focus for 3 hours, no problem. And then just like take a little break,
Sure.
do
Yeah.
it again.
Do it again.
What's the big
Yeah.
deal?
So that's what they say. They,
After
it's-
lunch, right?
It's an inch and a mile. Yeah, they say
yeah.
it's 3 productive work hours. Crazy statistic.
Well, that's what you get when work ethic has gone down. Like, I don't want to. We could spend a whole hour on this whole subject. So don't get me started, because I'll rant. I don't want to rant.
I don't. Well, hold on. See.
See.
So,
Like
and
a-
then what do you get done in the unproductive work hours? You write podcasts.
You-
No.
I must be a millennial.
I'll tell you what you do, Jeff. You play quarterback for the Denver Broncos because you talked about rant on productivity. I got something to say. Okay, I can't hold it anymore. I don't wait for segments. I don't care. We'll get into the plugins for the shows and what we're doing today. But I do have a bone to pick. I can't believe that Joe Flacco,
Yeah.
a veteran quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback,
Right.
gets out quarterbacked
Right.
by a guy who looks like Ray Finkel's stunt double.
Yeah.
Okay, from Ace Ventura.
Yeah, he
I don't even
totally
know what
does.
his name is.
Yeah.
Mayer,
Moore.
I don't care.
Matt Moore.
Who cares what
Yeah.
his name is? I don't care. The guy comes in and he has a touchdown.
Right.
Flacco didn't get a touchdown.
No, he did
He
not.
got a touchdown.
Right.
This is the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, this is really you got to pounce on this. Mahomes is out.
How much money did you lose on that game?
It doesn't matter how much money or of how much Tamara's money I lost that game.
It might matter.
Buddy,
Yeah,
I
it might
couldn't-
matter a little bit,
I
Jeff.
couldn't believe it. Flacco, you're a bum. You suck. I'm convinced that the lights off was just the greatest thing to happen. The lights won the Super Bowl, not Flacco.
Oh, boy.
I'm upset. Sorry, man. That
Oh,
pissed
boy.
me off. I can't believe it. Here we're watching this guy in front of John Elway. Flacco, what's the matter with you? John Elway, two-time John Elway. Two-time John Elway.
I actually blame him. John Elway has gone through more quarterbacks. He could be the GM of the Cleveland Browns all of a sudden. This guy
I
is
never liked
bringing
Elway.
in a lot of quarterbacks, and none of them are fruitioning.
Elway looks like he has Botox lips before people were doing Botox.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know what's happening.
He's he's dabbling into.
Anyways,
that.
I'm
Listen.
upset. It bothered me.
Yeah,
okay?
I can see that.
because I know what you did. Because I talked about it before, and then you're
Right.
like, at least we won't do any rants today because you knew it'd fire me up.
I know. You know what else I want to bring up really quickly? I got a text message. You got a little bit of a tongue lashing as well. It's your WWE and AEW rant where we have people that are like South Carolina George is livid with you. He is very upset with you because he's like, hey, give it a chance. A. B. WWE is bringing in all this fluff. It's bringing in all this fluff. And he's disappointed that you're falling for the fluff. And then not just George, it's Ryan.
I'm getting.
It's not Ryan. It's Ryan is saying,
Yeah.
hey, Corollis, what's going on, man? Give it a chance.
He told my wife, Virgo, Stammer, he goes, look, I don't want to make a scene. I don't want to cause anything here at work, but you got to talk to your husband.
You gotta do
the guy, like the AEW. Look, I just want to set the record straight, you guys. Just take it easy for a sec. Okay?
Don't tell him to take it easy.
No.
Don't tell him to take it easy.
I'll tell him what.
No,
It's my podcast.
No, it's our podcast, and I'm
Sure.
defending the people here.
Defending
Give
the
them.
people. Okay.
Give them.
Look, guys, just take it easy. Okay? Relax for a second. All I said was that I like the AEW.
I don't think you said that.
No, I do. I like what they're doing. Look, the Moxley last week. I saw what he did. You know, gives a little double arm DDT to what I don't even know what his name is now. You know, Neville from WWE.
Sure, whatever his name is.
Yeah, again, right? So whatever, he comes in and he gives him the middle finger. Like I like the edge. I like where they're going. That impressed me.
Right.
I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna like it.
Right.
But right now, look, again, we got to do the wrestling quote. To be the man, you got to beat the man. All I'm saying is that you haven't beaten the man yet. Woo! You haven't. Okay.
That was good.
I'm just saying.
I felt like we were fighting, and then that little woo just made everything better.
That's all it did, right?
Yeah, that's better. You know what? Now I'm back on your side. Hey, Ryan. Hey, South Carolina George. You leave Corollis alone. You leave Dimitri alone.
Yeah.
All right?
Conspiracy.
Listen, we got a lot to get to today. What's on the itinerary today?
Look, I'm going to tell you what's on the itinerary. There's tons, Mitch. There's the NHL we're going to talk about. There's the NFL we're going to talk about. But we also got to bring in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah? Did we forget?
No, it starts right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
The banner's being raised right now in Toronto.
As we speak.
And not for the Maple Leafs.
And what else do we got on the show?
We got a little rapid banter. We got the CFL Maclin Minute. We got the Major League Minute, Baseball Edition / Finals Edition, World Series Edition. And we're going to finish it off with a little Maga Malaka.
You know what? I like the sounds of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also like the sounds of Jeff. Cue the music. We got to bring to you, of course, the Headversity metrics of the week. That's right. Headversity.com is the leader in workplace resilience. They're battling mental health, mental stigma. They are working with the sports teams. They're working with the corporations. They're working with really anyone. So, guys, get interactive. Get on the site, Headversity.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Follow them on social media. They are doing an absolute fantastic thing. And I just want to say a metric that's personal to me is 4. That's right, 4. That's the amount of baptisms I've been in the last 3 weeks, guys. It's costing the guys some money over here, okay? At least when I had the baptism, I spread the thing apart. Guys, take it easy. Thanksgiving, baptisms, a lot of envelopes, a lot of money. I'm just saying, we still got to fund the podcast. But those are the metrics. But enough about me. Enough about me.
Please stop inviting him to baptisms. Please. I'm begging you. I don't ask for a lot.
Thank God that we also have metrics from another place. And Mitch, cue your music. That's right. It's Agape Greek Radio, AGAPE, GreekRadio.com, where you can stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, anywhere in the world, right off the website. Ladies and gentlemen, Agape Greek Radio is doing some great things on November the 3rd. They are having the music and fashion show. It's going to be fantastic. They got a nice star-studded musical lineup. If you're in the Toronto area, you have to go. If you're not in the Toronto area, really think about going. Give yourself an excuse to go down. It is fantastic. Stan the Man, everyone there. Even our own Vixen.
Yeah.
Vixen and Jack, they're going down.
They're going down.
They're going to be there.
Absolutely.
Calgary's own.
They're representing us as well. Yeah,
That's
we need,
right.
you know.
I mean, I'd go, but again, I mean, these baptisms. Mitch, these they kill him.
Please, stop.
Hold on. Did I tell you I had 2 weddings that I had to put in there?
can't. You know
I had
what?
2 weddings. This is how I got to start up
You
the season.
got to get a part-time job just to go to these events.
I feel like Maury from Goodfellas. You know what I mean? Hey, Jimmy, where's the money?
Where's the
Jimmy,
money?
I need the money.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
money.
Thank God Tamara went back to work. Thank God. This could be worse.
Long summer.
It's been a long summer. Eh?
Summer.
Yeah, fair enough. That's awesome. Well,
Look, we got a lot. So let's get into it, Mitch.
Yeah, let's do it. Episode 99 starts with a bang. Let's get into it. We're going to touch and go a little bit with the NHL. It's a little appetizer at the front, little start. Listen, we're only 3 weeks in. So, last week we talked a couple of teams that are, doing well, not doing well, a couple of players that are doing well. I got a big one. Last night, watching some news, and I'm watching the TSN Overtime show, or Overdrive show, which I got to be honest, I don't like the name. TSN, you guys got all this money. You can come up with a little bit better.
Overdrive?
Overdrive? Yeah, I'm not, it's not my thing. Because the minute I hear it, I'm thinking cars. You know what I mean? So I'm just throwing that out there. Little idea guy, we're a little podcast here. Real locker room talk. It was, see how nice that is? That's nice, right? Anyways, they had Craig Button on the show. And Craig Button went on a little bit of a rant, and I quote, "I think the talk about Austin Matthews being one of the best players in the league needs to stop. He's not as good as Draisaitl. He's not even close to Draisaitl right now. Do you think that Craig Button has a point, or has he been in the ice rinks too long and his brain is freezing up?"
The guy's got an incredible point. Look, we're not saying that Austin Matthews is a bad player. He is a good player. He's a great player. Look, he's scoring a lot of goals. He's a top player in the league. I will say that. But yeah, that he's one of the best guys. I just feel, I don't know if it's all sports that I notice it, but I really notice it in the NHL that they really forget about a lot of players and how good they are. Like, we still have a Crosby, Ovechkin, Stamkos that are playing in the league. Mm-hmm. Okay, Draisaitl, yeah, he's leaps and bounds. In my opinion, he's leaps and bounds.
You know what? Right now he is. Would you have said that last year? Do you think that the point he's trying to make is he's better? He's been better overall all the time, or is it just this year, or does it matter?
Yeah, I think he's been better every year.
Every year,
all the time. If I had to draft, I'm taking Draisaitl 10 out of 10 times.
Interesting.
Over Matthews.
The only reason I say that I agree, I'm in agreement with you, but then why did he take so much less at the time? Like, if his numbers are as amazing as they are, right, then $8 million, he's making like 8 point something million compared to obviously 11 million that Austin Matthews is. Is the media in Toronto hyping up Austin Matthews that much more? So if I'm a sports athlete, do I turn around and say, you know what? I know I'm not as good as that guy, but if I'm in the right place at the right time in the right city, that makes me a couple more bucks extra. Because right now, you're absolutely right. I think Craig Button's absolutely right. The Draisaitl overall is better, but he's making considerably less.
It is the Toronto media. We know it. And it's not because we're biased because we live out west, but one part about living out, we always have to hear about the Toronto teams.
Yeah.
Right? Because the sports channels and the main outlets for the media and for sports, it's all coming from Toronto. Let's call it what it is. So we have to hear about the Leafs all the time. I mean, for crying out loud, Edmonton, they have McDavid and Draisaitl, okay? They've had them for years. These are the people that need more exposure than, Tavares, Marner, and Matthews. Like, it is the Toronto factor. I mean, remember when Phil Kessel was there?
Sure.
Point taken.
Yeah.
Phil Kessel was there, and he was a god to them.
Yeah, true.
Okay, and it wasn't until he went to the Penguins that, he went on a great team, but where does Phil Kessel end up? Hey, second line. First line, maybe if we got room and if Crosby likes you. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, sorry.
So if you're
and when they won the Cup, he was on the third line.
Sure. If you're Ken Holland and Dubas calls you and says, hey, just got a little idea here. What about a straight-up trade? Matthews for Draisaitl, would you take it?
Well, Dubas wouldn't take it, but I would take it.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Interesting. I love that stuff. There it is. That's all we're doing for the NHL this week. Just a quick touch and go. Touch
Done.
in. Touch
That's
go.
it.
Why? Because we got to tag in and we got to go to the NBA. There's our theme music right there.
All right, trumpet.
That's it. It's October 22nd. What does that mean? It's the first day.
We gotta do government.
Oh, that as well.
Jeff.
Yeah, don't. No,
You want to hear a rant?
You know what?
This is.
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
Just leave me at Flacco.
No,
My
Paul.
blood pressure's already boiling.
People in the East are like, "What's wrong with that?" Let's talk about politics. Let's do it. No, I'm just joking. Listen, NBA started today. Today, the defending champions, the Toronto Raptors, are literally lifting the banner to the sky to say, "Hey, USA, hey, rest of the world, the Raptors, it was a real. It wasn't a dream. We did win the NBA championship last year, and we are here to defend it." Little question is, will they defend it, and how much of it are they going to defend it? I think going forward is the big thing. Dimitri, right now, as we speak, you got the Toronto Raptors, who are now Kawhi-less, versus their arch rivals, the New Orleans Pelicans. Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. And Zion's not going to play tonight. So you got no Kawhi, no Zion, and you got your defending champions playing a team that really has no business being your first game of your season. Is the NBA
with the worst name of all time,
I know,
along with the Red Blocks?
Isn't that the truth? Is the NBA kind of telling? Is the NBA telling the Raptors right now, "Hey, congrats on last year, but we're really not pumping your tires very well"?
Yeah, bad planning. You need a contingent plan, right? You need the contingent plan.
Yeah,
why aren't they opening up against the Golden State Warriors?
I don't know. This is what I'm saying, right? Like in the NFL, that's the way they do it. They get the two teams playing each other, or a great AFC NFC division final that was, that they use as a first game to attract the people in.
Because I get the fact that Zion, recently got injured. He's going to miss a few weeks to start out the season.
Mm-hmm.
We get that. So that's unplanned. But we knew Kawhi was leaving so long ago. Adjust the schedule, you guys. You know what I want to see? You know what should be opening game for me? They should have the Raptors just out of respect.
Yeah, of course.
But guys, can we see the Brooklyn Nets and the Lakers?
Sure.
Like that's game one.
Well, game one really is the Lakers and the Clippers, which will be playing tonight. But for the East and the West, see, this is my problem. Those two teams last year had a good year. Well, the Lakers didn't. The Clippers had a decent year. But the Raptors, there's no respect for this team, even from the league overall, saying, "Hey, this is our champion. We do have to pump their tires." Like, let's go to the NFL quickly, real quick. New England's on every primetime game. So is Green Bay. So are the big. I know that Toronto's not going to bring the same market share on the TV ratings, but they're your champs. You have to promote them. They are what they are. I know Kawhi did what he did, but hey, he decided to leave. This is the Raptors. This is who you guys got to take to the dance. So you got to dance with them. I'm sorry, you guys. This is just the way it is. So I kind of feel bad for the Raptors because, kind of like the St. Louis Blues, they're not getting a lot of love. Okay, and so I don't really like the way it's going right now. It's starting off bad right off the gate, and I kind of feel for Toronto because I do think they're going to have a long season. I think they're going to be in a lot of games. I think they're going to play well, but they got to earn every win. They are not getting a lot of those wins. Now, some people might turn around and say, "Hey, load management. Kawhi was off for like 22 or 25 games last year with injury and just because he didn't want to work himself into a frizzy," right? Fine. So the Raptors still had to win all those games, but without Kawhi coming off the bench to save you guys sometimes, you guys were a mediocre team at best, and I get that's what the NBA is basically saying, but you still got to, like I said, this is your dance. This is your dance partner. You got to take them. You got to go with it. Okay. So with that being said, Dimitri, let's talk a little bit. You're a stock guy. Okay. And you came up with this great idea. Let's long and let's short some of these teams in the West and in the East. Let's start in the East. Who's your long play and who's your short play?
Look, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going long on the LA Lakers. Okay. I am. I think this is the year. I'm going long on the LA Lakers. But I'll tell you who I'm going to short. I'm shorting Golden State.
Oh.
I'm shorting Golden State. Look,
really?
Golden State is not, Durant's gone. Mm-hmm. We now know oh my God, I'm losing his name.
Klay Thompson?
Klay Thompson, thank you very much, is unfortunately gonna miss, it looks like, the remainder of the season.
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
Okay, so it's not looking good. So yeah, I'm shorting the Golden State Warriors and I'm going long on the LA Lakers. And remember, I'm going long in the sense that from where they were last year. Okay, so
Sure.
there's some tremendous growth.
Yes, absolutely.
For this team. How about you?
For long play, I gotta, you know what? You call it the Lakers. I'm going hard on the Clippers. Look, I look at Kawhi, and he is, other people have called him the Thanos, if you will, of the NBA. He comes in and he just destroys everything in his path. And you know what's weird is he still doesn't get respect. When he was in when he was in San Antonio and he was great there, very small market knew about him there. He comes to Toronto, same thing. It took him going to the finals again and dominating everyone for people to finally recognize.
Yeah, but the other thing too, he's not sexy enough. He's not spicy enough.
True.
He's like a boxer with no personality.
But I couldn't agree more. However, the reason I'm taking the Clippers is because the Clippers were already a good team and they got better just by adding Kawhi, and they got even better adding Paul George to the mix. So I am going long and hard on the Los Angeles Clippers.
The way you like it.
Absolutely, always. And then for short, you know what? I'm actually going the opposite way. No. 5'11", I still don't understand the whole thing. On the short play, I got to be the Brooklyn Nets. Listen, I don't care that Kyrie's
You're shorting
there.
the Nets.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you why. Because Kyrie's a good player, don't get me wrong, but it's all about his attitude. If he finds any sort of adversity, this guy shuts it down fast. And until Kevin Durant gets back and until he's mentally and 100% physically able to get in there, I don't give this team a lot of credit. I mean, if he comes in halfway through the season and this team's already, let's say, 10 games behind, I don't even think a Kevin Durant can get you back. We are talking about the NBA this year. In the season 2020, there is a lot of parity now. There is no superstar team. There are many teams that have two superstars easily, if not more, and people we will discover throughout the season. So there is, as good as the Nets look on paper, they are just as good as, let's say, the Denver Nuggets, or they are just as good as the Clippers, and the Lakers are just as good as everyone's very, very similar. And until I see Kyrie, who's individually an amazing player, but wake up a little bit and stop acting like a little baby, because he really is the Antonio Brown, if you ask me, of the NBA. Okay, he's a little baby, cries about everything. So until Durant's there to kind of calm him down, I got no love. I'm shorting the New Jersey Nets. How about player-wise? Anybody you're long and shorting on the player side of it, like big years?
Ooh, that's a really good question. You know what? I'm gonna stick in the confines here. So I'm gonna go long Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Okay, because he's gonna be. I think in that conference too, it's going to be a little better for him and the situation as well that he's playing in. So I'm going to go long Kawhi Leonard. And believe it or not, I'm going to short James Harden.
Oh, great call there.
I'm going to short James Harden, not because I don't think that he's performing well.
Yeah.
But I do believe, I don't think he's going to have he's going to digress from the season he had last. Maybe not by much, but that's what the short, I don't need the short play to be drastic to make the money.
You know what I mean? I love what you did there. And you know what? I'll tell you who my short is as a player. It's Russell Westbrook. Same team. So you got the short on Harden. I'll take the short on Westbrook. You know what? Why don't we just call them the Houston Browns? Because guess what? One ball, two superstars, especially those two personalities, not enough ball. Those two are going to literally steal the ball from one another during the game.
Yeah, they might as well just leave the two of them.
Yeah.
Like NBA Jam.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's going to be.
That.
Exactly. Talent-wise, maybe the best, but I don't think either one of them wants to give up that stardom.
Especially that they had a taste of the bees. They used to be together.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Now they have the forbidden fruit. They know what's out there. Now they're coming back. It doesn't work.
Another guy I'm going to short really quickly. I just want to throw this one. I hate to say it. It's you, Spicy P. Dude, you got a lot of money, man. You got a lot of money. With all due respect, you were the most improved player a couple of years ago. Congrats. Last year, you got your championship. But are you ready to hold a whole franchise on your shoulder? The answer is no. The answer is simply no. I think you're a great utility player. I think you're a great player to accommodate some other guys that are superstars, but I don't think you're a superstar all by yourself. Sorry.
So you know what I just caught on? I think originally you asked me the East and I went West.
Doesn't matter.
Didn't I? Okay, but I will say that I want to add to this.
Sure.
In the East, I'll tell you teams I want to go long
Sure.
on. I'm shorting the Raptors.
Yeah, of course.
No question.
No doubt.
But I am going to stay long with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
Right? I still think that they're the dominant team in the East.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So sorry about that, Russ. There might be. I just caught on.
There's
to it.
no
I'm like,
stories here in the locker room. Long. You know what? I guess you can say Yanni is an easy long play.
Sure.
The guy's going to dominate. And I'll tell you why I think he's going to be a long play this year. A lot of doubters again. Last year, a lot of people don't like the fact that he won the MVP. A lot of people think he doesn't deserve it. So I will say one last thing. I think Giannis wants to prove to everyone that this wasn't a fluke. This wasn't a one-time thing. And so I think, and he seems like that kind of personality. He cares what people think.
Yes.
And he's going to try to dominate. One last team I want to go long on, and it's kind of I've been doing a little research. No help from Mandu. I didn't ask anything from Big Data. It's the Utah Jazz. Ooh. They got better. Mike Connolly joined that group, and he is awesome. He's been hidden away in Memphis for a little while. This guy, along with Utah, could be that surprise pick this year, which is just another team with a lot of good players. Mitchell and Connolly together could be good. So there's your NBA.
So you know what? Maybe this is what we should do.
Sure.
So we'll write these down.
Right.
And I think let's put my long and short portfolio up against yours.
Hey, I like it. Let's do it.
Okay,
let's have a little fun.
Let's see who can take it on through the year.
Let's do it.
Who's got the better returns?
I love it.
Who has the better return?
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Beautiful.
Let's do it. Listen, from there, we're going to jump over to the juggernaut. It's NFL time. All right. Time to...
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And you know what? Week 7 has once again proven that I am probably going to have a heart attack early in my life because I cannot figure this out. You know, let me tell you a quick story. Last week, I'm sitting there doing my pools picks. I'm doing a little fantasy. And you know what the problem is? I'm doing too many things, right? And the thing is, like on the pools pick, I'm like, oh man, I really like this team. I think they're going to win. Then I look at the spread and I'm like, oh my God, this team's going to cover this team. And then you're looking at the fantasy guy and you're like, but I said this team's going to beat this team.
It's the buy. I know what you're saying.
I got to stick to one thing.
Yeah,
and that's my problem.
Because you hedge against yourself.
I'm hedging against myself.
And I have a theory with that.
Sure.
It does turn you into a big loser because then you say, well, you know what? I'll hedge it over. Okay, so I like the spread, but I like them straight up. So who cares? I'll hit one of them.
Exactly.
But you nullify the whole thing.
You kill it all.
You screw them both up.
You kill it all.
I think that you got to almost stick to your guns. One ticket to rule them all.
Yes.
Right? So
you're
if
absolutely
you
right.
say the 49ers are going to win, then you take them on the money, you take them on the spread.
Isn't that the truth?
Just go with it.
Preach it, brother.
Just go
there
with
it is. There it is. You're absolutely right.
I'm with it because I know how it happens.
Oh, it drove me,
and
buddy.
then there's fantasy football on top of it.
Don't do it. I'm going to get mad.
And then you go and say, well, at least I can get the points.
Right.
At least you know what? Fine. I owe my bookie $10,000.
Yeah.
But hey,
I'll get it all on FanDuel.
I got 43 points from Rodgers.
Exactly.
Makes no difference to me.
Exactly.
Hey, oh man,
buddy, it's crazy. I literally, I wanna testify. I wanna confess to the locker room. This has been my problem the last 7 weeks. I'm doing too many things. So you have my word, roster. You have my word. I'm sticking to one thing, and I haven't decided what it is. Will I stick only to the spread? Will I stick only to fantasy football, or will I stick to the pool section? Stay tuned. I'll let you know next week.
Speaking of fantasy football, I just got to touch on this.
Sure,
really quick.
sure.
This ace in the jar.
Yeah.
Dan.
Oh,
the California connection.
He's fantastic.
He's our California connection.
He's great.
We don't want people to know he exists.
It's so true.
This guy's just running amok in the league here.
He is.
Okay, he suffers one loss. Everyone's got a setback.
Yeah.
But boy, he's not turning back.
No, he's not.
He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah. He's kicking everyone in the teeth.
Mandu's winning.
Everybody.
Big Dada's winning. Timo Time's winning.
Exactly.
They're going crazy.
I love it.
He doesn't want to give up that top spot.
He doesn't want to. He won't give it up. He won't give it up.
He won't.
And the relegators are still at the bottom, and they're doing their thing, but they're teeter-tottering back and forth.
It's not the deuce in the jar.
No.
He wants. That's why he's number one. He's the ace in the jar.
Yeah, absolutely.
The guy's going crazy.
Travis O'Shea has made a little bit of a run lately. He's a little bit of a run. He's picked up the game.
He's a Cowboys fan.
He is. That's why I have no respect for him.
You ever know?
I agree.
Well, I can see that.
Yeah,
But
sure.
do you see the Cowboys are doing well? Travis does well.
Yeah.
Like, is there something?
Oh, I
to
see what
it?
you're
You see
saying.
what
He's
I
getting
mean?
hot. They're getting hot. Yeah, could be something
this is
there.
a technical foot fantasy analysis is what we're doing.
I like that.
Yes.
Analytics.
The correlation of Cowboys to Travis.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. So going back to the NFL real quick, I'm looking at these teams. It's week 7. There's still another couple of months of football, and then it's over. It's like in and out.
Yeah,
Talk about
in
touch
the
and
CFL,
go, right?
This would be the first quarter.
first quarter, exactly. So I started going, a couple of weeks ago, we said, okay, teams are starting to figure out. We're starting to get things out. So I want to play a little game with you.
Okay.
Word association game.
Ooh.
All right? So I'm going to say a team or a player's name.
Okay.
And you give me the first name or first word that comes to mind when I say this, when I give you the team.
Do I
and player.
allow is there a rule for like a 2-word gimme?
Nah, I'll allow a 2-worder.
Okay.
2-worder.
Within reason.
Within reason.
I'll try to keep it to
no
one.
sentences, just a 2-worder.
That's why I'm saying it's hard for me. You know, I like to talk
It
anyways.
is tough. It is tough. But
This is
no,
tough.
respect. I get it. Okay. If I say to you, the Atlanta Falcons, you say,
Bums.
if I say Mitch Trubisky, you say,
Overrated.
if I say the Cleveland Browns, you say,
Line cook.
if I say Lamar Jackson, you say,
Sweet.
if I say LA Chargers, you say,
Leave.
if I say Dak Prescott, you say,
About time.
if I say Bill Belichick, you say.
Genius.
And that takes me into this segue. Follow me on this. Last night I'm watching Monday Night Football. It's 24-0. This guy, he's got the number 1 defense in the league. They are literally kicking the crap out of the Jets. Where to the point where I think he could leave the defense on there the whole time and leave the Jets offense on there the whole time, and they'll still score more points than that offense would over their defense.
I think they actually gave Darnold mono again.
Oh,
Because they were shoving those down his throat.
Oh,
Like,
it's
this was
unbelievable.
not a joke.
So the reason I want to bring him up is this: it's 24-0, and there's a scene, there's a clip where they have Belichick gather the entire defense to the side, and he's giving them a crazy pep talk of some kind. They're up 24-0. They've got 2 interceptions, sacks. They're playing great ball, and he's still coaching them. He's still saying, "Hey, I want you guys to do this, keep the momentum going." Whatever he's saying, right? Then I started thinking, I don't know why, my brain went somewhere else. And I started saying, this is the same guy that in 2001, when superstar quarterback Drew Bledsoe got knocked out of the game against the Bills. At that time, by the way, I did a little research. They were 5-4. Okay, the New England Patriots at one time, believe it or not, were only 5-4 in some sort of league of some sort of weird universe. Okay, they were 5-4, and then cue in the music is Mr. Tom Brady comes in and goes, no word of a lie, finishes the season 11-5, goes on to win the playoffs, wins the Super Bowl. Here we go. But the big reason I'm bringing this up is this: Bill Belichick did something that you're not supposed to do. He let Tom Brady continue on, even though Drew Bledsoe had gotten better through his injury. The big rule, the NFL rule, is you don't lose your job to injury. Bill Belichick said, I don't care what that rule is. I'm changing the rules. I'm leaving this kid in. There's something about this guy. And lo and behold, 6 Super Bowls later, Bill Belichick is not just a genius from a playing field point of view and calling plays. This guy just knows what to do. Why are you bringing this up, Mitch? Is here. You got the New Orleans Saints right now, 5-0 since Terry Bridgewater took over. Drew Brees is about to come back. Kyle Allen is 4-0. Cam Newton's set to come back. Dimitri and roster. What do these NFL coaches do based on what I just gave you as a synopsis? Do you stay with the hot hand, or do you change it back to the superstars that had your team going in the first place?
You know, this is a really tough call because unfortunately these guys are performing. I'm going to say this. In the case of Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints, I think you bring the Breeze back. Okay, I really, really do, because the guy can still throw. And here's the other thing. I'm also going to give a little bit of props to the coach because Sean Payton has adjusted. If you watch how they're playing, he's actually adjusted and compensated for Teddy Bridgewater. Okay?
Yeah.
So in this case, yeah, I would bring Drew Brees back because it's going to change the offense and they can pick up. However, in Carolina, hey, Cam, baby, hold my Gatorade. Take a seat, because Rivera has not made adjustments in the way they're playing. They still utilize the run game the way they normally would. They're still utilizing the receivers and running. Like, this is the exact same offense, right? Because we're just talking about the offensive side of the ball. This is just quarterbacks. And he's performing and he's winning, and you do not disrupt it. This is very similar to the Foles-Wentz situation.
Yes.
Okay? Where, hey, you know what? Take us the rest of the way, pal. Because, they never changed the way that the entire team plays. So that's why I give a pass for Breeze.
Right.
But I will not give the pass for Newton. And I will say this. We're going to talk about that. Speaking of Foles, another team is Jacksonville, where the Minshew's coming in.
Right.
The Minshew's doing all right. He's holding his own. Leave Foles on the sideline because, like I said, you idiots in Philadelphia, sign them both, because Foles is a last 2 weeks to Super Bowl player, not full season.
It's a great. I like. So when I was thinking about it yesterday, I gotta be honest. Being that we've seen it the other way so many times. So since Belichick did what he did and never looked back, other teams never followed suit. It's very rare. So your Foles example is great, but when Wentz did come back, they went back to Wentz. So to use that as a new example, this Foles Minshew situation. Listen, they're 3-4. They're playing good, but they're not playing great. So to bring Foles back wouldn't be the biggest dilemma. But I get your point. I think I'm kind of answering my own question. I think you stick with the hot hand. I know it sounds crazy that Drew Brees, healthy, is on the sideline. But when you're on a heater, baby, you don't mess with the heater. I know it sounds crazy, but what's your worst scenario, New Orleans fan? That Terry Bridgewater goes down and then your backup quarterback's Drew Brees? He seems like a team player. I think he'd be okay with it to some degree. He's probably pretty competitive. He probably wants his job back. But what happens to the team if you do mess with that chemistry? They come back, they're like, Drew's here, good. We're not going to play as a cohesive unit as well because he's going to carry us, and they end up losing. Then you've caused more controversy going, maybe we bring Terry back. And same thing with Kyle Allen. I think you run with Kyle Allen. I know. Guess what? Cam right now is just not himself. He hasn't been this year, and he definitely wasn't last year. So here's your future. It's not a bad thing. If Cam doesn't like it, guess what? He can leave next year, and there you go. I think I answered my own question. I think no matter what, you stay with the hot hand. As crazy as it would be to see Drew Brees on the sidelines, more than Cam Newton, I'm sorry, but I think you stay with the hot hand, man.
Well, look, and the other thing, too, there are very limited games in the NFL, Mitch. I mean, I do agree for the most part, ride the hot hand, because you don't... It's really tough to make adjustments mid-season, like in the NFL especially. Like you can't afford that trial period. In the NHL and the NBA, you can afford. There is some leeway, for that to happen, but not here. So I do. It's just the Breeze one. That's where I will disagree with you, because they make adjustments to play that style.
Fair enough.
That's all I have to say.
One last thing, really touch and go. We talked about it while we sat down and we had our sodas, because we're good boys this month.
That's right.
New Orleans 7-0, San Francisco 6-0. Everyone's talking about how great they are, but then I had it in my head. I'm like, you know what? Who have they really played? And I don't think I'm crazy.
New England.
Both. I pulled up both. Watch this. San Francisco 6-0. They played the Bucks, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns, the Rams, and the Redskins. And the New England Patriots have played the Steelers, the Dolphins, the Jets twice, the Bills, and the Redskins, and the Giants. And they're 7-0. I know that they have impressive defenses. I know that it's fun to see two undefeated teams. But I don't think either team has been 100% fully pushed to their limits yet. Maybe a little New England with Buffalo, but I don't think San Francisco has really been pushed at all.
You know what? For me, I was impressed when I saw him play against the Rams. That game did impress me. You know, one thing I gotta say, isn't it funny though, right? You have like Tom Brady and Tom Brady Jr.
Right.
Tom Brady Sr. He marries a model. Tom Brady Jr.
Yeah.
He goes for the porn star.
Right.
He goes, I'll go for the different type of model.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
It would be fun.
Both undefeated.
Yep.
You know, it's
true.
I mean, one's the. You know, Boston. Let's face it. Boston is the second city to New York.
True.
Right? San Francisco, second city to LA.
You know, great point.
Like there's this team, like it's something. Do we call it from now?
Maybe we do.
Is this the final?
This is the final.
Is this
100% it is.
The Garop.
Buddy, Goodell is licking his chops. He wouldn't want it any other way.
I will say this. You know what? You are onto something. But at the end of the day, they haven't faced a lot of adversity. Okay,
True.
I was impressed the way that they played against the Rams. I thought that was really good. Last game I disregarded. I know it was 9-0, but man, if anyone watched it was raining so bad.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And even if they would have lost, I'd be like, put an asterisk beside that because
true.
I mean, you can only play in. It
was a monsoon.
It was crazy, man.
It was kind of neat to see, though.
It was almost like playing in
that's
a kiddie
old school.
It was like
though,
a big long kid pool.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit of water, but enough to slow you down in the tracks.
It's true.
It's like
yeah.
trying to play soccer on sand. Just some things that can't be done.
Some things cannot be
done.
Well said. Well said. I love it.
But I will, I'm still waiting for a little bit more. Me and Paul were going at it because he's like, see, I told you that Friend 7. Yeah, the Friend 7's good. We're not talking about that, which, by the way, breaking news.
Right.
Breaking news is that Emmanuel Sanders is now a 49er.
Ooh, big play.
So there you go.
I like it.
Sanu.
Yeah, Sanu went, well, that's going to be.
Patriots?
Yeah. Sanders.
49er. Do they know?
What
does
is
someone,
going on?
Somehow the LA Illuminati's involved.
Somehow.
So, but with New England, I do want to say something, and to your point, everyone knew that they were the team to beat again. But one thing I'm worried about is, they beat all this easy competition. Look at their division. They got to go through the Dolphins and the Jets. Yeah, next, please, whatever. That's like scratching the free play on a bingo card. We get it.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, but the thing is they played the Buffalo Bills, and they almost lost that game with a quarterback who's mediocre at best.
True.
He's good for Buffalo standards, but could you imagine if you had a killer on that team?
Sure.
I mean, now we're talking.
Buffalo's
Imagine a Lamar
that one,
Jackson.
I would say, yeah.
Imagine it, instead of Josh Allen, you had a Lamar Jackson, who's a rookie, dynamic player on that Buffalo Bills. New England loses that game probably.
Maybe. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. We'll see. I got to see a little bit more competition out of these guys. Look, we got a couple more months. We're good. We have all of November. We got all of December.
That's true.
I'm good. I'm anxious to see. I want to see a little more competitiveness. A little more. All right. Okay. All right. Speaking of competitiveness, last week you did it. You took down the Tasso. Ladies and gentlemen, I gave Dimitri the keys to the car, and he came back with no scratches. Well done.
Metal, baby. Look, Tasso, didn't I try to tell you?
He tried to tell you, Tasso.
Champions adjust. Okay? We adjust. We make moves. So Mitch and I said, you know what we're doing is not working. Yeah, it was good enough to beat Paul, but we got to get better. I told you. No boxer plans to get hit with a right hook in the first round, but you don't go down when you take the right hook. You stay up and you make adjustments. And that's what we did. And that's why, I beat you. How did I beat you? Tasso, you're wondering, but it was a tie. What did I tell you? The tie always goes to the house.
He did call it.
On the scorecard, you got to beat the champion, not tie the champion. Look, those are the rules. Tie goes to the house. Tasso, you are out.
That's right.
Mitch has set me in. And so I am picking again this week.
Yes, you are.
But who?
Who are you going to take on? Who? You know what?
Who?
Being that you're the champ this week, I hope you're taking on the champ. You're not going down to the gutters to fight anybody like lesser than you. I know you. You're trying to take on the best of the best.
Sure, I could go and battle the Travis O'Shea's of the league, people that are near regulation.
Easy. To the side.
I might as well do it with two hands behind my back and then no TV around.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do that. No. I want the best.
The best.
I want your champion.
Oh, I love it.
I want the guy who's at the top of his game.
Right.
That's what I want.
Who is it? Who do you got?
Who do you say? We've already mentioned him. He's not the deuce in the jar.
Right.
He's the ace in the jar.
Oh, Daniel.
The California connection. The man who's on top of the real locker room top standings.
I love it.
The man who's number one.
I like this.
I want Daniel right here on the Pick'em segment. I'm coming for you.
I love it. I love it.
I want the best.
So we called Daniel. Daniel
beating
picked
the
up,
balls.
and he's given us his picks. And between Dimitri's picks and Daniel's picks, I watched it like a fair referee. I went down the middle, and I watched it.
Play it as it lies.
So what they got is Washington, Minnesota. They both got Minnesota. Seattle at Atlanta. They both got Seattle. Arizona at New Orleans. They both got New Orleans. The Jets versus the Jags. They both took the Jags. The Giants versus the Lions. They both took the Lions. The Denver Broncos versus Indianapolis. They both got Indy. And that is
my five-star money-making matchup of the week.
They both took the LA Ram Illuminati to destroy the Cincinnati Bengals. They both took the Carolina Panthers as the upset of the week over the San Francisco 49ers, so I wasn't crazy when I just brought that up. They both took the New England Patriots to knock down the Cleveland Browns. They both took the Packers to knock down the KC and the Sunday night game. Looking forward to that one. And they both took Pittsburgh in Monday night to beat the Dolphins. Which games didn't they agree on?
I just want to say, and Seattle was Daniel's five-star
pick of the week. Absolutely. Which games didn't they agree on? There's 4 of them. Dimitri decided he wanted to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Daniel said, no, sir. I'll take the Titans.
Tough matchup.
It is.
I wish I could say I know this one, but I don't.
No.
But I don't think you do either, Daniel.
Dimitri decided, hey, Daniel, it's the LA Chargers against Chicago. Who do you like? Daniel said, I'll take the Chargers. Dimitri says, damn it, I'll take Chicago.
Nah, trap game, trap move. See, I made this mistake last week when I said they'll have the bounce back. Let me tell you something, Daniel. The Chargers are out of juice. No juice in the battery.
In the other game, this one's going to be a good one. It's the Eagles versus the Bills. Daniel took the Bills. Dimitri took the Eagles.
I don't even know what a bill is, so I can't take them.
All I know is that you got to pay them. And finally, it's Oakland versus Houston. Dimitri took the Raiders, and Daniel took the Texans.
Hey, good pick, but I got to go with the Gruden factor.
In the weirdest ways. And that's it for week 8. I wish you both good luck. No hitting below the belt. And a little piece of me is cheering for Daniel. I don't know why.
Me too.
From there, we go.
So I just want to update it too. We are, sorry to cut you off, Mitch, but as the standings go, so I believe we are 2-4-0. Is that where we're at?
About right.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it. From there, we go to the Major League Minute. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Jeff, you ready? Oh, yeah. Here we go. And start.
Look, it's no secret, unless you've been living under a rock for the past week, but yeah, the Nationals are in the finals. And who are they playing? Well, they're not playing my pick, the New York Yankees. They're playing the Houston Astros. That's right, and I'm upset. Let me tell you something, Houston. You come and embarrass me. Every day, my pick. The Yankees come tie at 4, and you have to crush the dreams. I'm sick of you. I can't handle you. Altuve, I don't even know if that's a real person. Sounds like a cyborg. I'm disgusted. I'm upset. But guess what? Damn it, I'm taking you to win the World Series in 6.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
Is that your...
And that's my Major League Minute.
43.7. You are upset, sir.
I could have gone longer, okay?
I saw yourself holding, yeah.
I'm getting veiny in my neck.
You are.
I'm getting very veiny. Yeah. It's hurting.
Absolutely.
Tense.
Well, now it's time for the CFL Maclin Minute. Dimitri, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Jeff, you ready?
Starting now.
Well, we're only 2 weeks away now for the end of the CFL season. Soon it'll be springtime, and we'll finally figure out who is going to win the Grey Cup located here in Calgary this year. Exciting things. Listen, we'll talk about the East really quickly. The Grey Cup has to go through the East, meaning Hamilton is holding place, saying, hey, who's going to come play? It's Montreal against the other Eastern Division champ or team that's crossing over, the Edmonton Eskimos. Great Eastern battle. I don't really understand how that works. In the West, it's the Stamps. They beat Winnipeg again. Winnipeg, how many chances do you need to try to win this division? I don't know. Bottom line, you're not getting there. It's the Rough Riders, the Stampeders. They're battling for number 1, and that is it for the CFL Maclin Minute. Tune in next week to find out who gets it.
What an efficient week it's been. 51.76.
You know, I just feel like we're doing what we can.
I don't even know if we need the timer anymore.
You know, I don't think so. I think, you know what? I kind of like the timer, though.
Jeff's like, no, I would argue that you two need the timer.
From there, we go to, I think, our favorite segment. Would you say that it's your favorite?
I would say it's my favorite.
I think it's my favorite, too.
Yeah.
All right, it's Rapid Banter. We know Jeff loves it. All right, let's get it going because we got a great Maga Malaka story for you. So
we do.
The sooner we get through this, the better. Let's go.
Okay.
NFL. Kareem Hunt is set to return. Just another talented guy on the team that wants the ball. Does the spell doom for Cleveland?
Are they getting rid of the Chubb?
Rapid Banter. That was awesome. That was good. I like that one. That was
right off the hop.
Right off the hop, right there. TV, Ronda Rousey kicks her husband's asshole over a recent episode of 911. Was this real life, or can she really beat up her husband?
Oh, I think she could beat up her husband.
Rapid Banter. XFL. Guess what, NFL fans? Guess what, football fan? They've announced their schedule. They're starting February the 8th, 6 days after the Super Bowl. Good strategy, or give me a second?
Give me a second. With a good strategy.
Rapid Banter. Yeah, talk about loving your football, eh? Like it's almost year long now, right? Celebrities. Kevin Hart got into a crazy car accident a few months ago. He was spotted hanging out with Jay-Z and other celebrities playing some poker, relaxing in the casinos in Vegas. You recently had an ailment, Dimitri. Who do you wish you could get better with?
Mitch.
Rapid Banter. True. I wish I was there for you more. Instagram. Russian Instagram star named Bazooka Arms stepped into the cage to fight MMA Russian blogger Oleg Mongol. The blogger won. Is the pen really mightier than the sword?
That sounds like Bloodsport 5.
Rapid Banter. Yeah, you should see it. This guy filled up his arms. I watched the fight. He was doing pretty good, but then he literally got too tired because his arms are 30 pounds each. It's crazy. Backfired. NBA. Michael Jordan says Steph Curry is not a Hall of Famer yet. Hey, if the GOAT says it, he's right. Or this is a guy that wears his practice shorts under his game shorts.
Shut up, Jordan.
Rapid Banter. WWE. Cain Velasquez, MMA guy versus Brock Lesnar? Come on. Or could this be cool in a fake wrestling way?
I think kind of cool in a fake wrestling way.
Rapid Banter. NFL. Sanu has been traded to New England. Cheap version of AB, or is this just mind games by New England?
Well, at least he won't be falconing around anymore.
Rapid Banter. NHL Mike Babcock believes that some of the success to his no-name defensemen is because they are small and have big butts. If that's the case, who would you rather have on your defense corps? Kim Kardashian or Cardi B?
36, 24, 36. Only if she's 5'3".
Rapid Banter. I think I'm going to start watching NHL a little bit more just to see what's going on here. NBA, Kyle Lowry believes that the TO Raptors are getting no love as being the defending champs. Is he right? Or with Spicy P, there is no limit to his greatness?
I think the Raptors are finally extinct.
Rapid Banter. Wrestling. Chris Jericho, AEW champion, Dimitri, recently met his schoolyard crush, Alyssa Milano. He told her he was gaga over her, and he had a huge crush her, had his poster on the walls, all that. Dimitri, who is your boyhood crush, and would you tell her if you saw her face to face?
It would still be Alyssa Milano. Who the boss?
Rapid Banter. Yeah, a lot of people liked her back in the day.
I'm in touch with that emotion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Isn't that too? Equipment. NFL fined $14,000 to Odell Beckham for not wearing knee pads. I like the grass stains on my knees, or they're no good. They're no good for anything. The knee pads are useless.
Hey, don't take fashion tips from Lewinsky. Rapid banter.
Sorry, I couldn't get it out because I knew something was gonna come. It was too. I was just like,
you can't go knee
you know,
pads.
like when the receiver turns around because he's like, I got a free. I just want to see. I want to turn around and run with the ball before it got. That's what happened there.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna run with something here. NHL, Mark Giordano, NHL reigning defenseman, Norris Trophy winner on Saturday. He did an air tackle to save some of his guys. After he's done hockey, Circus Soleil or maybe wrestling.
Looked like something wrong with his medulla oblongata.
Rapid banter. Yes, he totally did look like the water boy. You're absolutely right. Dimitri, I'll give you $100. Who's Jaylen Brown?
I'll give you $100.
Rapid banter. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaylen Brown plays for the Celtics. 4 years, $115 million. That's all I'm going to say. I have no idea who this guy is. Tell your kids to start learning to play basketball. That's all I can say.
There you go.
There it is. Phil Kessel just played his 1,000th game in Arizona, and they presented him a Rolex. It's always good to know what time it is, or what time is it? It's hot dog time.
Man, this guy gets every hand-me-down.
Rapid banter.
He's got the Civic and now the Rolex.
All right, two more. Kawhi Leonard recently said Toronto people still said hi to him and thank you even after he signed in LA. So he's walking Toronto. He's still walking around. People are just saying thank you, hi, how are you, everything. Are we too nice, or, well, Trudeau won again, so who cares?
So Canadian.
Rapid banter.
And I will not have that name mentioned on this podcast.
Politics. So let me get this straight. The PC won the popular vote but lost the election. So we had more votes. Can you please explain this to me?
Rapid banter.
Rapid banter.
Oh, that's the sound of Alberta.
Last one. Kaylee Humphries. If you know that name, she's a Canadian bobsledder. She's amazing, but something happened. She got into a little argument with the bobsledding community here in Canada. She's now on the American side. Do we still cheer for her?
Thanks, coach.
Rapid banter. There it is. Rapid banter for
Amazing.
the 99th episode.
Wow.
There it is. But 99. There it is. I don't know what to say anymore. 99. The great.
I don't know. I mean, where does time go?
Exactly.
It grows up so fast.
It grows up so fast.
This podcast
Still wants us to pay the bills, though, somehow.
Yeah. You know, here's a quirky little
Sure.
stat. So they said that the average Canadian child up until the age of 18, it's always that question. You know, people throw it out. Oh, yeah, it's worth $1 million. They're worth $1 million. No. It's $265,000 that the average person spends on a Canadian child until they're 18 years old.
That's it.
265.
I think that's almost the exact same number Walmart puts life insurance on their employees for.
Interesting. Math.
They're grooming kids for Walmart. Nobody really wants to be a door greeter.
You speak for
What's
yourself.
your dream?
Listen, like I said a couple weeks ago, I always ask Dimitri, Maga, Malaka, what are we going to talk about this week? Dimitri came up with the beauty this week. A beauty, I might add.
Rabbit out of the house.
I loved it. I have to admit.
From left field.
Look, and we're giving it to you early. In a couple of months, we're all going to have to hang out with our families a little bit more often, right?
That's
Christmas
right.
time, New Year's. So what are you going to do? You can watch TV, you can play video games, or some board games, some card games.
Classics.
It's Maga Malaka, board games, and playing card games. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Like, nice easy one, right over the mound.
Underhand toss.
Nice there. Scrabble, Maga or Malaka game?
I gotta say overall Maga.
Maga.
Yeah, I gotta say Maga. I gotta do it.
Anytime I
It
have
is a
to,
classic.
I say Malaka because it can just destroy you overall. I mean, it's work. It's a lot of work. I want mindless games, easy, as you'll see as we go through this.
Okay.
I used to really enjoy Scrabble a lot because both my parents were teachers.
Oh, yeah.
And,
wow.
I made it all the way through grade 10.
Thank you, Scrabble.
Just wasn't interested in school, but
That's not bad.
I used to love kicking my dad's ass at Scrabble.
Really, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, and you're the teacher, Dad?
Yeah, and I don't think he liked it as much as me.
I got to be honest, I never really played it because my parents don't know how to spell anything, so it's kind of hard to. So it was
Yeah,
like,
except,
You guys don't have enough K's to play.
Stupid. No, Dad, you spelled it wrong.
no, but if it was number 17, pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
I mean, different story.
17 across, it's pepperoni. Yeah. Yeah, if it was
Anything restaurant
anything
related.
that's on a pizza, they could spell it, no problem.
That's right.
Exactly. Hilarious. Monopoly, Maga or Malaka.
Come on, Maga.
is Maga.
Come on.
In all versions, it's a Maga. Here's one for you. I'm controversial on this one. Jenga, Maga or Malaka.
Look, Malaka, it's not as easy as taking a block from the bottom and putting it on top. You lied, commercial. You lied.
Hey, you know what's fun is that full-size Jenga you see in some pubs? That's
Yes.
actually pretty
Yeah,
fun.
it's actually
That's
good.
neat.
After
And
about
that
3 or
can
4
also be
cocktails,
a weapon. Just remember that.
That's right.
Let's jump over to some card games. Go Fish, Maga or Malaka.
I gotta go. Yeah,
Yes,
Jeff, I'm with you.
absolutely. Couldn't agree
Go
more.
fish.
Yeah.
Come on.
Here's another one. It's a big one. Checkers, Maga or Malaka.
You know, I respect it because the old guys still play it. I'm gonna go Maga.
I'm gonna say Malaka.
I'm with you on that one.
All right, Malaka
I have no
wins.
reason. I have no reason
But-
for it. I just don't like it. I just
You
don't-
got to ask the question that's following that. You got to ask it.
Yeah. I don't really have a reason. I wish I did. I just don't. I find checkers, I just can't get my head around it. I don't know. Chess.
Chess.
Magia.
Chess.
Big Maga. Big
Chess is a Maga. Chess is a Maga.
I actually wish I played that more, but there's that one. Here's one for you. This one I probably was one of the first games I played. Battleship. Maga or Malaka.
Maga, but asterisk.
Why?
Electronic version.
Ooh. I kind of like making the noise by myself.
What's cool is you can play it on Xbox now. A lot of these games you can play them on your Xbox or
That's
on your
amazing. It's
good to
PlayStation. It's yeah.
Another card game. Crazy Eights. Maga or Malaka.
Never got into it.
Neither did I.
Malaka. Not
Oh,
a
you
fan.
guys really?
No.
Not a
I
fan.
love Crazy Eights.
Now hold on. Asshole, different game.
Yeah.
I'm in on that.
You're an asshole.
I like, jackass, asshole.
Nothing like a good asshole game.
Big two. Nothing like it.
Here's one for you. Snakes and ladders. Maga or Malaka.
You know what? Harder than it looks, Maga. I gotta give that game credit.
It's hard to win on that. It's hard to make it to the end.
It's that one ladder. It's
Yeah.
that one.
It's the last
short
line. You
bit.
take it up to the top of the board.
Agreed.
It'll get
All right. Now, if you grew up in my family's village, this game was a big one. I don't know if you played it when you guys. Diloti. It's a Greek card game.
How many
Diloti.
people grew up in your family's village? I just need
There's
to
like
know.
literally thousands of us. There's a lot of people there. There's lots. There's many.
you. Oh, that's amazing.
Did you ever play Diloti?
Yeah, I'll say Maga.
Oh, damn right, it's a Maga.
Yeah, I'll say Maga.
Nothing better than a little Diloti and a frappe in the morning.
Absolutely. That's right.
Here's one, and this one actually also very difficult. The game of Operation. Maga or Malaka.
You know what? I gotta go Malaka.
Really?
I gotta go Malaka because there's no way that fat ass had such small bones.
Here's the thing.
true.
Here's the
That's
thing.
actually a very good point.
everybody's
Point.
playing that game the wrong way. Actually, you need to set it beside the door when you're having a party. And if you can't do the operation, you got to surrender your keys.
Jeff, I
That's good.
can't. See?
What a great way to tell. And that way you don't have to fight with the guy. You're just like, hey, man, it's the
Hey,
game.
remove the
What
hip
am I gonna
bone or you're walking.
Yeah,
I'll call
that's
you cab.
Amazing.
do? Well done, Jeff. You know, I hope people take like time to
Guys,
listen to
come
this.
hang out for an hour.
Yeah.
You know, would it kill you?
Exactly.
You don't need Tony Robbins. What a dummy he is. You
Two-
got Jeff.
Two more, and I know you love this one. It's Risk.
I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
Maga or Malaka.
Risk is Maga.
Oh, yeah.
It is the greatest girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife board game of all time. You will get into fights.
Oh,
You will not
like
talk.
like I need a board game for that.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you love it.
Risk and Monopoly were responsible for more like all night gaming sessions
Sure.
than, you know.
Absolutely.
Because
I
you
care to
make up
admit.
deals and,
Yeah.
and you got treaties and
Oh, yeah.
borders and it's
Sounds like social studies.
There's conferences in the
amazing.
back room.
Oh, too much. There's too much work. Last one, and this one I got a big problem with. I'm just gonna give out my card. It's the game of life, Maga or Malaka.
Oh, Malaka.
Big time Malaka.
You want a game of life? How about you have a board game with a freaking NMAX bill, a Shaw bill, and home problems where you get a card because you
Buddy,
got into an
we
argument.
are the same
'Cause
person. That's
life.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Life's not taking a little stick around here and no, it's nothing like
It's
that.
nothing
okay?
like that.
How about diapers?
Diapers?
That's life.
You know how much formula costs now?
How about getting laid off? How about waiting for that damn child benefit check to come in so you can pay a bill or two?
That's the game of life.
That's
Twisting
life.
a little thing around and waiting, moving up and down. I got a
Holy
problem with
smokes.
you, game of life.
How about coming home and your wife is with your best friend? That's great. That's life.
I've never seen that card on that game.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Well, that card exists, Jeff. And I would know, not from experience, but I've seen the movies, okay? Look, I don't want to get overly heated because as much as the game of life can be shitty, it can also be fantastic. When you got guys like Alchemy Studios, Agape Greek Radio, Headversity.com, telling you that, hey, things are going to be okay, kid. Now, that's a game of life that I would like to turn into a podcast, which we have done, where you can follow it on reallockerroomtalk.com, at Mitch and Dimitri, at Real Locker Room Talk. Get on the Facebook page, get on the channel. Can't wait to see what's going to happen in the Fantasy League this week. Now, look, we got to shove episode 99, the great one, in the locker because we got to hit the showers and think about what we're going to do for the centennial.
Isn't that the truth?
100.
Number 100.
Wowzers.
Up next.
So many people
Cable
like,
bill. That's life, man.
Yeah, it is. What are we talking about here?
You know what? We're talking about the shadiest corporation in the history of communication. Shaw is the only one that they're allowed to charge you for being a month late for asking for the bill a month ahead of time.
Brilliant.
Right?
It's just
Brilliant.
nuts. It's just nuts. And we do
It's the
we pay.
only company that's allowed to do that.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Hi, Canada. Do you think I could get YouTube TV? No.
Let me ask you this. Do you know how I know we're growing up, all of us? Monday Night Football was on. You could never get me off, even as bad as the game was. And I'm watching the election yesterday. I'm watching it, and I'm staring at it, and I'm yelling at the TV as though it is Monday Night Football. NDP got how many seats? What is this? Just throwing things across the room.
Defense!
Come on, PC. Cover the spread, PC. Come on.
Oh man, that was brutal. That election was like the Jets actually winning a game. Who wants to see it?